About time. Holy smokes. It's been a finicky bite, so I just literally let my Double D tungsten hang. Paid off with a walleye. It's been tough. This is Beef Outdoors. We're on a pretty finicky bite here. And because of that, I've been cycling through lures. I've been dropping them down, calling them in, and then bombing the tungsten down, number 2 Double D, trying to get them to bite, but I just kind of basically let it hang. Slow bite, but this is fun. Walleyes are good. Got a mark I can barely pull off bottom. Here comes a little better. I've got the Z Viber on right now, and it's definitely calling them in. I would be seeing a fraction of the amount of marks that I would be without having the Z Viber. So if I can pull this off bottom again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rifle the Z Viber back up and drop down the tungsten, which is a JB Lures Double D. And this is kind of one of the things I like to do with walleye fishing a lot, is that 1-2 punch. And sometimes it's 1-2-3. I have a Z darter with a piece of beaver tail rigged up, and I also have a JB Lures Weasel. And I've been kind of filing through those, so to speak, and trying to see what can get them to go. I've had fish hit this Z Viber, just no connections. And I don't know how you don't connect, because, you know, there's 2 treble hooks down there. But that's finicky walleye fishing. You just gotta figure out what they want, and sometimes the bait that brings them in is not what they want, but it hits their lateral lines. It sparks a curiosity. This Euro-Tackle Z Viber is loud, and it vibrates. And I think I just saw a flash on the bottom, so I'm gonna pound it in the mud, see if I can pull it off. And I'm not. Man. But what I'm going to do still is I'm going to pull up the Z Viber and drop down the Double E tungsten. I'm using the Frost from PC Fun. And I can just pull the trigger, and I have the magnet set so that with this Double D tungsten, it just rifles to the bottom, but I don't over spool, so to speak. This reel's got great control. And now the tungsten's not going to be spinning around down there. Super awesome. It's on a Delabay medium light, which is their 15 for 2. And I got a little custom done with a split grip, the blue. And then it's got blue trim to match the blue reel. It just is a amazing looking rod, and it performs even better. So if you need a new rod, the Delabay, they make something for everyone. All the way from small panfish rods, their pan sizzler, tight line style. You'll see me use all sorts of variety of them. All the way up to lake trout rods. They got something for everyone. If you're looking for the ultimate kind of do anything rod, the 15 for 2 is a great one, because it could be your heaviest crappie rod or your lightest walleye rod. Otherwise, the rod I am using for my bobber is the OG. And that was designed as their kind of do-everything crappie rod. But I really like fishing bobbers for walleyes with it. And the reason being, the tip is an amazing dead stick, but the tip on the OG is just, it's carbon versus fiberglass. So the tip is a little stronger, and it gets to a great backbone. And because when you have a bobber, fish bring the bobber down, and then they kind of go, you know, one way or the other out of the hole. So it creates some weird little resistance. So I like the little bit more power you can get out of the OG. But it's a great, great rod. Once again, do your walleyes, do your crappies. And the one I'm fishing, the Euro-Tackle Z Viber on, is a lamplighter. I like the little bit extra length, so you can see how it loads up nice. It really helps with holding the treble hooks once you get them hooked in. And the Lamplighter is a medium action rod. It's great for hole hopping. Right now I'm in the 3 to 4 person PC Fun house, so I have so much room for my own self for filming, and I can back up away from the holes and use these longer rods and get benefits of that leverage. So I'm going to link all this stuff below, so check it out, and hopefully it's going to put some walleyes topside for me. This is kind of my favorite little setup to do. On another 15 for 2, I got the Goldback Weasel, the minnow head, and the Z-Darter V2 with a piece of beaver tail on it. This beaver tail helps just close the deal, and it just looks like a tail fluttering. If you haven't tried fishing a beaver tail on the back of one of these, you should, absolutely. And then, of course, hitting everything with some billy rub. Can't live without that stuff. So check it all out. It'll all be in the links. And that's kind of some of my favorite walleye stuff. There we go. Use the Z-Viber to bring them in. See if we can connect on the dead stick. I hope it let it up. It wasn't there by the time I got to it. Man, this is finicky. But kind of the 1-2 punch has been doing it. Oh. See if I get a second chance at him. Man, I didn't sting him at all. Let's try send down something different. Oop. Let's see if we can send down the tungsten. It's a little smaller. See if it'll connect. Come on, come back. Come back. That one kind of took me by surprise. In the first one, it flew up. Got picked, called it in with the Z-Viber, getting just whatever minnow I can get on here. And going right back down. What's awesome about this frost is I pull the trigger and it just bombs straight down there. Mark's still down there, so I'm hoping I can get down there to it. Yep, got it. Oop, I think it's on my bobber. Yep, my bobber's going down. I got my drag way too loose. But hey. Another good keeper size walleye. What a lot of fun this is. You gotta sometimes get the variety to them. So I'm calling them in on the Z-Viber. So you can see it's right here. Setting it down. Putting the double D tungsten down and hit the dead stick. The 1, 2, 3 is getting it done. So, just clean it up. Missed some fish, but caught some fish. But that's walleye fishing. They can get picky, they can get finicky, so you got to capitalize on your opportunities. But kind of, average day of just going out. So, it's Cole Karski, Beef Outdoors, tight lines, everyone.